In the grand theater of Roland Garros, where clay becomes the canvas and rackets the brushes, a masterpiece unfolded. It was not just a tennis match. It was a war of wills. A test of nerves. A lesson in belief. Carlos Alcaraz and Jannik Sinner, two young gladiators of this new generation, met in a Grand Slam final that felt predestined. And what they delivered was nothing short of mythic. For the first time, their rivalry, so often ignited in earlier rounds and ATP showdowns, took center stage on one of tennis' grandest nights. Under the Parisian sky, in the temple of red clay that has seen the likes of Nadal, Borg, and Federer carve their legacies, two new names stepped into the light. Carlos Alcaraz, Jannik Sinner. Not future stars, not rising hopefuls, but warriors of now. The crowd was electric. The stakes were towering. Every stroke, every rally, every breath carried the weight of possibility. Alcaraz was chasing a second consecutive title in Paris. Sinner, hungry and focused, was gunning for his first. And together, they painted a match that will be talked about for decades to come. From the very first point, it was clear, this wasn't going to be a walkover. This was going to be a war. Sinner drew first blood. Precision. Poise. Ice in his veins. He took the first set 6-4, using his clean hitting and deep returns to frustrate Alcaraz. He didn't celebrate wildly. He just nodded, knowing he had miles to go. The second set was even more intense. Tighter. More punishing. Alcaraz began to claw back momentum. The rallies grew longer, the footwork sharper, the crowd louder. But Sinner held on. In a tiebreak that felt like a match in itself, he took it. 2-0. At that point, many would have folded. Many had before. Even in the eyes of seasoned tennis lovers, it looked like Jannik was carving his path to his first Roland Garros crown. But Carlos Alcaraz, he's not many. He's something else entirely. What followed in the third set was a defiant refusal to fade. Alcaraz changed gears, not just in technique, but in temperament. He started playing with more topspin, more flair, but also more control. He knew he couldn't outpunch Sinner. He had to outlast him. 6-4 to Alcaraz. A lifeline. A heartbeat. The fourth set became the stage for something unforgettable. A set that pushed both players to the edge of exhaustion and excellence. Sinner had chances. Alcaraz saved them. Sinner had the crowd. Alcaraz silenced them. Sinner had match points. Alcaraz erased them. Tiebreak. Drama. Fireworks. Alcaraz took it. 2 sets all. And then came the fifth. The final set. The epic conclusion to a match that already felt immortal. It was chess. It was sprinting. It was ballet. It was boxing. Neither gave in. Neither blinked. Neither looked anything less than legendary. Sinner continued his metronomic ground strokes, his frozen gaze never wavering. Alcaraz danced between brutality and finesse, whipping forehands down the line, slicing backhands low, darting to the net. They broke each other. They held serve. They refused to be broken. It came down to another tiebreak. The air was thin. The world was watching. Legends were being born. And in those final points, it was Alcaraz who rose. Not because Sinner faltered, but because Alcaraz found something deeper. Something raw. He played each point like it was his last. And when the final forehand passed Sinner and kissed the line, Alcaraz dropped his racket and fell to his knees. Victory. Redemption. Glory. 4-6, 6-7, 6-4, 7-6, 7-6. Carlos Alcaraz, the champion of Roland Garros once again. But this win was more than a title. It was a declaration that men's tennis is in mighty hands. That the next chapter is not waiting, it's already being written. That these two, Alcaraz and Sinner, are not just successors to greatness. They are greatness. The embrace at the net was long. Respect, not rivalry. Brotherhood in battle. Alcaraz lifted the trophy, the clay dust still on his knees. The Spanish flag draped over his shoulders. The roar of the crowd echoing in the Paris air. And Sinner, he walked off not as a runner-up, but as a champion of effort. Of heart. Of style. He didn't lose. He fought. He belonged. This match, this moment, this memory, it will live forever in tennis lore. Not because of statistics, but because of soul. And as fans now look ahead to Wimbledon, to the hardcourt season, to what may come next, one thing is certain. Carlos Alcaraz and Jannik Sinner aren't just the future. They are the present. And their rivalry, it's just getting started.